All right, Big Bang. Today is Wednesday. It's April 17th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Free swim Wednesday. Before we really hop to it, we want to talk about our friends at Roback. Chief, step up, stand up, show the people those joggers. They are beautiful. They're just like one of those joggers that looks so nice.
They're able to fit all that in there?
Yeah, they are. They are able to fit all that in there.
Comfortably,
Yes.
easily.
Yes.
Freedom of movement. Better than any joggers I've ever had.
Yeah, it just, some of them look like baggy and loose and not Roback.
No, was the ass popping?
Yeah, nice and
Yeah.
So shout out to Roback Activewear. You guys all know how much we love Roback. It's mid-April, and Roback's Azalea collection is back for a limited time.
Got one of those, too.
Spring golf and sunny days. These designs are literally incredible. Did you get one?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I almost wore it today.
You should have.
It should have been double Roback.
Yeah.
Roback.
Well, I got to spread it out. Probably going to wear something Roback every day this week.
Yeah. It is officially polo season, short season. So go get those Roback everyday shorts that are made for you. They have an elastic waistband for ultimate comfort and great stretch fabric. They also just released a new belt loop shorts. The stretch in material on these are unreal. They're breathable and easy to move into. They look nice when paired with a polo untucked. It could be super versatile and easy to move in when out and about.
They're giving a lot of hype to the Azalea quarter zip, that pattern. Rightfully so. It looks awesome. Don't sleep on the cherry blossom. Cherry blossom pattern looks great as well.
There's just, you could endlessly scroll and be like, all right, I'm just going to pick my top 3. And then you'll be like, oh, crap, I got 11.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to cut this down. Use code DOG on Roback.com for 20% off all new customers through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. That's 20% off all polos, hoodies, and shorts with code DOG.
If you get 4 items and use that code, you're essentially getting one of the items for free. That's kind of how the math works.
Essentially.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Me and you were out of town for the weekend. Danny, you stayed here. You're probably in the best shape of anyone right now then.
I would hope
assume.
so. But Chief's birthday too. Birthday week.
I thought we weren't talking about that.
I didn't. I said I would make no old jokes, and I haven't. I said that was my present to him.
Did you hit? No, you're not.
You're not 40.
You were going to ask me if I was 40?
We're close, right? No, I'm not. I don't. I
Sniffing
never.
around. We're flirting with that line.
I never age you. I never age shame you.
Yeah, that's true. Dave always does, and then
Dave loves the age shaming.
he does, but then he's got all the old guy, the thinning hair, all you want to. What's that thing? Like you can measure something in your body. It's like called a telomere or something. I bet you I'm like physically younger than Dave would be my guess. I got my hair. That's all I really care about. It's not gray. It's not thin.
What age?
38.
38. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was 9 for some reason.
No.
Happy birthday, Chief.
Yeah.
Were you in London?
I flew into London, but I was in Nottingham.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So
Nice.
see the Reds.
Good trip.
Yeah. It's.
How many days were you there?
I flew out Thursday night and flew home Sunday.
So how is a weekend trip in Europe?
I mean, I was there basically for soccer. So so the whole reason I've wanted to see Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. So I went to the playoff promotion game in Wembley Memorial Day weekend a couple of years ago. Haven't had a chance to go. And I basically was looking at the calendar because we can't do anything during football season, that the only real weekends I'd be able to go were this past weekend or 2 weeks from now. But 2 weeks from now, they're playing Man City. So I didn't want to fly all the way over there, watch them get smoked 5-1. So this is the only one that worked. It was good. It's a different animal. Number one, I'm going to blog this later, I think. I don't understand how they're skinnier than us as a population. They drink so much beer. They if you order a vodka soda, they look like you got 3 heads.
Yeah, but I feel like what they eat just like meats and
No, everything's on toast. Everything is bread. We stopped in a McDonald's to get
I figure they eat just like a lot of sausage and shit.
They do eat a lot of sausages, but like that
kielbasa and shit.
No, I didn't see.
Well, that's like
it's
other countries.
Yeah,
I'm saying Europe in general.
Yeah, but like their breakfast is like potatoes, eggs, 2 different types of sausage, bacon, which is like their own kind of bacon. It's more like a Canadian bacon feel to it. Fucking beans. I went into McDonald's, like I said, to get a coffee. They don't even do like regular coffee anywhere. It's like lattes, and like even at McDonald's, you have to like specifically ask for like they call it a pour over. I would call it a drip, but everything is just more sugar, more bread. Their sausage egg McMuffin comes standard with 2 sausage patties. Like that's the standard.
Wow.
It had never even occurred to me. I didn't get one, but because I wasn't feeling great because I had too many beers. But I'm very curious about a 2 sausage patty McMuffin. But yeah, it's great. It's probably I think it's probably the best fan experience for a regular season game that you can have in any sport.
Have you been to Europe?
I haven't. It's on the list though.
Neither have I, but I've always heard, well, my main question was like, everyone says if you go over there, you can't go for like a weekend. And I assume that's just because the flight is so long.
It doesn't feel I didn't think it was that bad. So I did it. I've done this twice now, and I've
6 hours.
I think it was something like that. I think maybe 6 or 7 hours going over, and I think it's probably 1 hour longer coming back because you're going against the jet stream, but something like that. Let's call it 7 hours. And I took off at 10:30 p.m. on Thursday. I used some edibles, but I slept basically the entire flight. And you get there around lunch and you kind of just power through. And I immediately started going out and get checked into the hotel. It was probably a 2-hour drive up to Nottingham. So checked in the hotel around 3 or 4, and you just started the night, and it didn't feel I didn't feel jet lagged. And then similar coming back, I think my flight was around noon. I landed at 3:30 Chicago time, home by 5. I stayed up until that was a little bit of a struggle. I was exhausted when I got back, and you don't sleep on that flight. So I landed, I was gassed, but I stayed awake until 9:30 and slept through the night, and then I basically felt fine. So I don't think it's if you do that flight schedule that way, I don't think it's bad.
Not too bad.
No. And my flight was not that expensive. I've seen
under $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
see, those are 2 things I've always you got to go for at least a week or 10 days.
No.
And it's always over a G if you want to go. Right? Weren't you
probably? I guess since it's not your first time, it might be a little different. But
yeah, for sure.
If I'm going across seas, I'm probably trying for at least 6 days.
And you probably should, but the last 2 times, and I'm going later in the summer too.
It's not a big deal to you anymore
to do the 48-hour thing.
I've been there. Yeah, it's
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I would like to have gone for longer, but that's just why I'm going to go back, because I do love it over there. I'm going to do Ireland, and if you've never been to Europe, you should try to see more of the sites and get bang for your buck. I was going the last 2 times I've been going to see soccer games, and so you go to your game and have a night out and fuck around and then head home.
Europe's just like the Dells chief now. He goes there so much.
Exactly. That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah. I hope to go to Europe more than I go to the Dells. I'll say that.
Were you snoring on your flight?
If I definitely woke up with some drool going down my face, but I don't think I was snoring.
Just a broken neck.
Yeah.
So some guy tweeted at me.
Okay, it's possible.
It's a good question. This guy's the Dirty Hawk on Twitter. What's the play for a guy snoring on a plane? Can I kick his seat till he wakes up, or am I stuck in this hell? I'll hang up and listen.
Is it a picture of the back of my head or something?
No, it wasn't you. I just brought it up.
I'm no one said anything to me. I don't know. I had this woman. So I was sitting in an exit row, but there was 3 seats, 3 seats, 3 seats across. Okay, so 2 aisles, and then I was in the aisle seat of the middle section, if that makes sense, with a pretty significant gap for leg room. So it was fairly comfortable. But I had a woman who habitually, probably 3 times in the night, would tap on my shoulder, ask while I was sleeping, wake me up, ask if the person in the middle seat next to me was sleeping, who I did not know and had nothing to do with. And it wouldn't be we look like we're a couple or related or anything like that. And I was like, I don't know. I think so. And then she's like, all right, I'm just going to step over you guys. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And she did that 3 different times. So that was my only disturbance in my sleep on the flight. So that to me was insane. I think if someone is if you can mistake the snoring for turbulence, then I think you can give them a nudge. It has to be pretty intense snoring, because otherwise just put your headphones on.
Yeah. What would she say if you were yeah, they are sleeping?
I don't know, but she clearly was sleeping. She was sleeping right there. Why would you wake me up to ask if she's sleeping?
Yeah, if you could get over her, just go over her.
Yeah. or just like go around.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that was fucking crazy.
And 3 times in the middle.
3 times in like the plane is dark, like they.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. So that was.
What's your take on this, Danny? Can you wake up to snore?
Well, it's like you're basically just saying like, don't go back to bed. That's hard for someone who's fucking tired. I feel bad, but imagine if it was someone who didn't have a snoring problem, was just sleeping. Like, hey, wake up.
Yeah. Now.
They're going back to bed inevitably.
No, I've done some snores on the plane before. And like, sucks. You don't want to be snoring, right? But some people with the upright position, it just sets them off. Mm-hmm. But I hate to say it's to the dirty hawk, but it's on you. Put on your headphones.
Yeah, put in your headphones.
Yeah,
pretty simple.
The sounds of the rainforest.
Yeah, but like obviously, like there are people who snore pretty fucking hard. On my way to Dayton, there was some guy who was really, and it was like a really small plane, like 2 seats, maybe like 16 rows or something like that. And this guy was vibrating the plane.
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. If you can mistake it for turbulence, you can give the guy like, hey, like this is.
But that was such a short flight. It was so I guess like it depends how long this guy's flight is too.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it has to be cross country or international, but
but at this point, like. Yeah, I don't know who doesn't have headphones. I'd love to hear more from the Dirty Hawk.
They literally offer you headphones. There's no excuse.
Yeah, they do
for sure.
And now, like I have had, it didn't happen on this flight, but typically I fall asleep on every flight. I don't know what it's like, the white noise of the aircraft, and I'm just like chilling and asleep. But I have had instances where it's still like a light sleep, so I'll snore, and like my own snore will wake me up.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's like I'm self-conscious about it because I don't want to disturb people. So then it's like like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, no, and I feel like that's a lot of people. Like not a ton of people are just in a complete deep REM when they're on an airplane. But yeah, all right, nice. Glad you had a good trip.
Yeah,
I had a reader question.
What do you
got? It's from Theo. He said, was on a boys trip this weekend with 5 buddies of mine. We are all sitting down for dinner one night and going around the table ordering drinks. One of my friends asked to order something not on the menu, and the waiter says sure. He then proceeds to order a frozen yuzu, a Japanese lemon of sorts, daiquiri. They obliged him, but I still think it's completely unhinged and borderline sociopathic behavior. My question is it okay to order drinks off the menu, and where is the line?
I think the line is at Japanese yuzu.
Or is that across the line?
That's what I mean. That's like if you're doing something like that, that's out of bounds.
Yeah, like if you're at a pub or something ordering that, maybe it's you know your surroundings.
Yeah. But I think you can, like, let's say you're at a bar and like they don't have an espresso martini. I think like most places, most bartenders know how to do that. I don't think that's out of bounds. Or like I love those gold rushes. All that is lemon juice, honey, and bourbon or whiskey, and you shake it up and pour it. Like I think for like a simple cocktail, where they have the ingredients and it's the same like 2-3 step process as any other drink on the menu, you can do it. But then if it's not good, you can't complain about it because you ordered something they weren't necessarily trained on.
I think that's the right take.
But then are you really about to be telling the bartender like, well, you have all the ingredients, this is how you make it?
I think it's bullshit if they have all the ingredients and they don't do it. Like look it up, like figure it out.
Right.
But if it's within a reason, like I don't know what goes into a Japanese yuzu with lemon. Like if they got a fucking gut of lemon
like
and
a
it comes
fucking sorbet.
Yeah, that seems like a lot. Sure. Like one time I heard CT from the Challenge used to order a Stoli Doli with a lot of teeth, which means he wants some bite with it. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna fucking get that one day. I was like, yeah, can I get a Stoli Doli? Like we don't have that. I was like, yeah, all right, no problem. That's not me.
Yeah.
You know, but I think. I think that's the line.
But it's like, say you say the name of the drink and they don't know what it is, and they unknowingly have all the ingredients. Are you still being like, well, it's gonna come off passive aggressive or condescending every time if you're telling the bartender how to make a drink?
Let me check. I'm also not in the industry, so this is just a complete consumer's take. I'd love to hear people in the industry's take on it.
I think it has to be a simple cocktail. Is my
yeah. But like here's the thing. Like I think it's like on the other end of the spectrum, like. When somebody like, hey, they order you shots, like, what do you want? And we asked, like this weekend I was in Austin, and Dana asked, he's like, we'll just do, cause someone bought us shots. He's like, well, I'll do a green tea. And they're like, oh, we don't do that. You know, green tea's pretty fucking simple, you know, like that's.
Yeah.
They don't do it. It would be on the menu if they did it though. That's the counterpoint.
But I don't think they do it because like not a lot of people order it.
But still, like to your point, you would.
And shots aren't on menus.
In that case, you'd be like, okay, well, I'll show you how to make it. Here's how you make
what
it.
kind of bar was this?
This was a restaurant.
This is a restaurant.
It was a restaurant bar, like a Tex-Mex restaurant.
Okay. Are you sitting down to eat?
Yes, we were sitting down to eat.
Okay.
They're like, we're just kind of like, and I get it. Like they're like, I guess I'll give them some slack because it's not a straight up bar.
Yeah.
Like this was just.
So I actually think if it was a straight up bar, like I'm picturing like crowded bar, a lot of people ordering shots, and it's like, wait, I gotta go out of my way to make 6 or however many guys you had green tea shots, or how many you're ordering. When you don't normally do that, just order JMO or something. But if it's like a restaurant where it's not like they're not slinging drinks all over the place, a super crowd, you're battling people, carrying trays, all that kind of stuff, then you should be able to make it.
I don't know. Think about if you're at McDonald's and you're like, can I get like chicken selects? Like, oh, we don't have those. Oh, well, I see you have the McChicken, so just like chop it up.
I don't think that's a good.
They have all the ingredients, like you guys said. What's wrong with telling them that?
I mean, now you got my brain going. Like, people want the snack right back. Why don't they just fucking get a McChicken chopper?
Yeah.
And put it in a fucking tortilla. Like, granted, it won't be the same because I know it was a select, like you said, but still, it makes me think.
Dude, I kind of think we're living in an era of food places where you just get whatever. Like, if you go to Starbucks and you have like a 12-step drink, you're gonna get it. If you go to Chipotle, you have like all these options to make your personalized bowl right in front of you. So I kind of think that this is just the way of the times. Like, if I order something and you have the ingredients, you got to be able to make it. I don't think that McChicken one applies though.
And I think it's like, I'm a little hypocritical to it too, because if you're like an old school dive bar, that's fine. Like, if you're like, fuck you. Yeah. We're doing beer and we're doing straight whiskey, right. Whatever.
Yeah.
I get that. If someone's like, fuck you, you're not going to agree. This was like a trendy spot, you know?
Yeah. They probably should have been able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just like an old Irish guy working behind the bar as opposed to like a cocktail savant.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. A mixologist.
Yes, that's the difference. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Or you don't think so? You're on team. Don't order anything off.
I'm on team restaurant, dude.
Team server.
But it was kind of cool. They did give us like their shot, and so I'm actually happy that she did this, because they're like, yeah, here's what we're known for, and it's something where you get a jalapeno and they poured a shot in the jalapeno and in the shot glass under. So you take the shot out of the jalapeno, then you take the shot of the I forgot what the liquor was in the shot glass, and then you bite the jalapeno at the end.
Ooh.
It was good.
I'm just not a huge jalapeno guy in general, I think.
I like them.
Yeah.
The inconsistency sometimes. Sometimes they're mild, sometimes they're ruining your afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no rhyme.
And your next day.
Yeah.
Like,
and your asshole.
I think it's like they say it's the seeds.
Like
the seeds are where all the heat comes from.
Yeah, that's the Call Her Daddy story, man.
What is it? I don't know that one.
His favorite.
You never heard that?
No.
That's your favorite. You would always tell that story.
What is this, like eating ass or something?
Yeah. It's a girl, a guy banged like a stripper or something in the ass, and then he was pissing fire, and he's like, oh shit, I got an STD. He went to the doctor or something. They're like, no, they found a jalapeno seed in his dick hole.
Oh, that wouldn't just get like blown out like a fire hole?
Well, that's where he's like, oh, and then he found out the stripper was eating whatever jalapeno poppers. You know,
fucking fake story.
And that's my point. Is you're like, oh, what's it? No, that's like the classic. Like, what's another fake story like that?
Like a toy car up the ass or something. I don't know.
No, it wasn't like the necrophilia story or something. I mean, I'm sure that's happened. You've heard that before, right?
Necrophilia?
Like a guy had like maggots or something. They're like the only way, and then I found out the guy worked at the funeral home. You never heard that? Like,
no,
urban legend?
I heard that. Like, I remember the same as like Lil' Kim or Britney Spears getting their stomach pumped, that there was a girl who like put tuna fish on her.
Yeah, the girl doing pull-ups on the broom.
What?
There was like an urban legend, some girl doing like pull-ups on a broom, pleasuring herself, and then like she dropped and.
Yeah, see, that's not true.
Yeah, right, it's Marilyn Manson at the rib.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like that's my point, is that it's
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Confession. I started watching Love on the Spectrum. It might be like my favorite show.
Dude,
Really?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it a shot.
I mean, they're us, but they just say everything.
Yes.
You know, like they just say what you're thinking. Like, sure, you're not going to be on the ground like, oh, I'm so nervous, but inside you're nervous. Yesterday I was watching an episode and there was this guy, and probably like their second date, and she had briefly mentioned that she wanted kids someday, and he was like, oh yeah, I don't think I want kids. I don't want that. And they like basically pretty much ended it right there. And it's like, yeah, in real life that's ridiculous, but in the real world, you're probably just prolonging that for another 5 months, and at the end be like, yeah, I guess this really is a problem that you want kids and I don't. It's like business transactions.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, we're not compatible in this way. We're done.
Yeah, it's my guy James.
It's fascinating.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. I think that would be wrong of me to keep this going on if I don't want kids. Let's just send it here. And it was like,
Yeah, that's
she's like, okay.
business.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how that would play out if you just did that on a date? Like you're on like a second or third date, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I want kids." I don't. Well,
Just get up.
check.
And leave. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the girl would like freak out and be mad.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
She'd be like, well, there's got to be other reasons than that. He wouldn't just drop me
Right.
like a bad habit.
Damn, you're
right?
cruising through it. You're already in the
Yeah.
second season.
Yeah, it's an easy watch.
It's an easy watch, and I love shows like that.
Half-hour episodes.
42.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Great, right? That guy Sabad.
Oh,
I told you, that's my guy.
I'm in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so good, and it's just endearing, right? Like there's no
Very, yeah. Very.
there's no maliciousness at all in the show.
They're pure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just say exactly what's on their mind all the time.
yeah. Hey, let's take a quick break because I want to talk about Vanderhagen razors. Make the switch from a cartridge razor to a safety razor today. Safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors help prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part, these blades cost as little as $1 a piece and last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves. This will save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the cost of cartridge razors. The blades are ice-tempered stainless steel blades from Germany that are sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. The handle is made to last a lifetime, so the only recurring purchase you'll have is for the blades.
Huge. Need that.
It's worth it for no cuts.
Yes.
Use that.
It is. And like you said, a nice German steel.
Oh, you trust Germans for engineering anything, especially steel.
We like that. So check out your local Target and Rite Aid to get yourself a Vanderhagen safety razor today. And like they said, you'll be saving money. So it's as simple as that. Go check out Vanderhagen razors, safety razors, that is. And get a better shave.
Treat your face well.
Yep. All right, let's get back into it. I did have 2. So that was my first time in Texas. Mm-hmm. Not really what I expected at all.
What'd you expect?
People are going to be like, you're a fucking dumbass. But the only knowledge I really had of Texas was Friday Night Lights. So I expected to land and just see fucking high school dudes just drinking milk in a 7-Eleven parking lot.
Well, where were you in Texas?
Austin.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's not real Texas.
People do say
Yeah.
you were in Austin, you weren't in Texas.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, all right.
They always say that it's like they took San Francisco and dropped it in the middle of Texas. And I remember, I haven't been there in a long time, but my one of my best friends from college moved there right after graduation. I think I've told this story. We're at the Austin Half Marathon.
Mm-mm.
So this is probably 2010 or 11, where my buddy was living in Austin. We had a group of us who were like, all right, let's go visit, and we'll have a reason to visit. So we were like, someone was like, let's do the Austin Half Marathon. It wasn't me. And, but we all decided all right, we'll go. It was mid-February, so it'd be a little bit better weather than here. I actually did the training. So I was running. I got up to the point where I was running I think 11 or 12 miles. And doing this, this is a long time. This is 15 years ago. I looked different than I do now. And
Before the health crisis.
yeah, before the pre-health crisis, yeah. And we get down there and we flew in on a Thursday or a Friday, and the race was the next day. So we were all right, nobody, let's just have 1 or 2 beers. We'll just kind of chill. We'll have a chill night. We'll go crazy after the race. We did not chill. We just fucking raged like we were, in college. And everybody woke up the next day being I don't want to run. But we had already paid for your race packet. So we sold them on Craigslist. So my guy, whoever I sold it to, was a 40-something-year-old guy at the time, absolutely fucking crushed it. Like turned in like an awesome time, but it was under my name. So if you like Google that Austin half marathon, like my name pops up with like a very respectable time.
Wow, he didn't care about that, getting the credit?
He just wanted to run.
Wow.
He just wanted to run.
Remember that happened to Dave?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
When so like, because he ran it obviously, and then I think he signed up in 2019, our first year we were full.
Yes. Yeah. Then
he just didn't train that year.
Yeah.
And he like just didn't show
It's
up.
like I'm just gonna do it the day of.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
And then like someone said this is race thing, and it was just all like zeroed out.
Yeah.
and then like he's like, dude, you gotta delete that. Like someone's gonna get pissed off because I took whatever. But it was just funny just seeing him like.
Yeah.
It was basically like he just took a nap at the starting line, like Mr. Bean and Rat
Yeah.
Race.
So I think I sold it for $50 and then just spent that on drinks later that day. So
Nice.
yeah. But anyways,
you're up next for the marathon, Eddie.
That's me.
Half. Yeah.
I'll just take a nap at the starting line.
Yeah. But so you were expecting like Texas.
Yeah.
Like,
It was very green. Like I don't know.
They got the lakes and the river that runs right through there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't see that coming. But like I said, that's not like with the real Texas Friday Night Lights that I was thinking.
Yeah.
A lot of cowboy hats and all that, though, the stereotypical.
Not even.
No.
Not even at all.
I was wondering, like, this would apply to not Austin, I guess, more the Friday Night Lights towns. So, like, are you wearing a cowboy hat with, like, basketball shorts? Like, are you casually wearing it?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't think they wear basketball shorts.
Yeah.
I think they're jeaned out.
Maybe
boots,
shorts
cowboy
in
hat
general,
all the
yeah.
time. And they don't have shirts without buttons on them. You know?
Or a white tee.
Yeah,
White tee.
sure.
Yeah.
Or like that. Yeah. Or like a nice, like tight.
No sweats. No Nikes.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that. I think they're.
Yeah, like West Texas.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's jeans, boots, and hat all the time.
My brother-in-law is from out there, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like
They're never lounging. They're just
They gotta
wearing
be
blue
on the
jeans
lounge.
with sand on them all day.
I don't think they lounge, dude. I don't think
no
Cowboys
lounge.
lounge.
They don't have time.
There's got to
No.
be even like a bum in Texas, like sleeping on his parents' couch. He's not waking up, getting jeans and boots on.
They kick you out if you're not.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
You're out at 18.
I'm not clicking around. I don't think Cowboys lounge.
Even like the lowest of the lowest, but they're not all cowboys. Some just wear cowboy hats. Like you've still got
the
the
other
guy working at the gas station in Texas.
Yeah, but he's probably also working on an oil rig.
Interesting. They just
Cowboys
so they're
a
just not selling
mentality.
sweatpants.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cowboys just a mentality.
I used to love that expression. Cowboy up. Like, just fucking get it done. Cowboy up. Toughen up. Buck up.
Red Sox.
Yeah, that was at, I can't remember. Was it Schilling?
Schilling or Millar, right? I thought it was Millar. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, that was kind of that was like my big takeaway. Was I thought it would be like, and I guess my also like interpretation of Texas too. I don't know if you guys ever seen Pee Wee's Big Adventure, but like that like whole rodeo scene.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like someone just going to the Bean when visiting Chicago.
Yeah.
Went to the Austin
Yeah.
Lake.
The only place that has that vibe in Texas that I've been to is Fort Worth. Fort Worth, and which is like right next to Dallas. But Dallas is more like kind of more corporate, like ritzy, and Fort Worth is still like we're like cowboy town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lake was fun. It was
Yeah.
great.
It
Good
was
time.
Lake Char.
There's Lake Travis
Lake
and
Travis,
there's
Lake
Lake
Travis.
Austin.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just cruising down. The boat tour guide, he showed me Sandra Bullock's house, Joe Rogan's house.
Nice.
Oh,
How big
it was
was
cool.
Rogan's house?
It would look nice, look
Yeah.
large.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a good little tour. That was fun.
Did you go to the mothership?
We tried, but
Sold out.
We instead went to Shane Gillis was at like a near suburb, so we went to see him there.
Is the
Did he move
mothership
there too?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
is the mothership the name of Rogan's comedy club there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we saw Matt and Shane at the Heb Center in Cedar Park. Shout out Jeff Flo. I gotta sneeze at him. Just
Let it out.
I can't get it out.
Imagine being Joe Rogan and like single-handedly bringing a whole comedy scene to like a
Crazy.
random town.
Everyone just moved there.
But what's interesting, like you said, I wonder if those people like it. There's got to be a big part of Texas that like hates him,
But they're like, yeah.
or
Oh,
Austin specifically. I'm saying.
right.
Just because they disagree on politics and shit.
It don't matter. Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm not
Yeah.
arguing for them.
I wonder if how big that population of people who are
In Austin?
that don't like him.
And it's just like he's just implementing a comedy scene. Like it's hard to be like,
yeah, like
I
it's
hate that.
objectively good.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
It's not really taking away from anything. He's just adding.
Exactly. You're right.
Right.
I know. But like a big thing is, I guess, is they always say like keep Austin weird or
Yeah,
some
they
shit.
used to sell shirts that said that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's also like a shame is because growing up, I always heard that Austin had this section called Rainy Street that was house bars, like literally just converted houses to bars, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And that's like right up my alley. Like I like shit like that. So the whole time I was like, let's go. And every local I talked to, like, oh, no, it's dead. They changed the zoning. They knocked down all the house bars and now it's just skyscrapers. So with popularity, like shit like that, you got the people kind of changing the tides.
Yeah.
I bet you there are more people on the right in Texas who don't like Joe Rogan. And I think that's like this fucking guy bringing all these LA people out here. Like we have our, like this is Texas. Like we have our own scene. And then we got all these fucking California people moving in. Because I think
get
they
your
don't,
argument, but I don't know if I agree with that.
I think that they want to, I think that there's an element that we want to keep Texas.
They have cowboy comedians before.
I don't know.
Any comedians, in general?
But like they probably don't care about the comedians, but they probably care about all these people moving in, and you know, because it's not just comedians that have, like Texas had a huge population boom. I think it's Texas and Florida were the big winners during COVID, right?
None of this funny shit. Get
Yeah,
these
Texas,
comedians
Florida,
out of here.
and like Arizona, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, but it was cool. It was a fantastic weekend. Gillis was so funny too.
Did he do all new stuff? Like,
Yes.
or was it similar to a special?
It was all new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some great bits about like high school football. It was so funny.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, just about like the team, and it's like you play that black team, you know, and he's like, and your dad's in the car, and it's like we're gonna out discipline the fuck out of you. It's just like it was so fucking funny the way
That was
Gonna need to work extra hard this game.
yeah, exactly.
fundamentals.
Yeah, it was very funny. Top 10 states with the highest population increase since 2022. Texas, Florida, North Carolina is 3.
Yeah, I believe that.
Georgia's 4, South Carolina's 5, Tennessee 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have thought Tennessee would be higher.
Yeah.
Arizona 7, Virginia 8.
I feel like no one moves to Tennessee except for they move to Nashville. Like no one's moving to Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone's moving to Nashville, so maybe that's part of it.
Shit, Florida is probably half the snowbirds from Chicago.
Feels like Tennessee, like that's where like you really got to be ahead of the curve. Tennessee's got another city that's ripe to be coming up soon. Watch, that's not Nashville. Like how North Carolina, like Asheville's like the spot now, from what I hear.
Asheville's been cool for a long time.
Yeah, it's been beautiful, but now,
but it's got kind of like an Austin vibe. It's like very artsy and tucked away in the mountains.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
How could you compete with Nashville though? That's like saying this new spot in Nevada coming up. It's gonna really outdo Vegas.
What is it?
Memphis is Did you have a?
No, I'm saying
in general?
something's gonna pop.
Memphis,
like whether it be nougat or fucking.
Have you ever been to Memphis?
Yeah.
Memphis is cool.
Yeah.
Like it needs a lot more development, but like that Beale Street's cool.
Beale Street's awesome.
It's a great spot. And then you're right on the Mississippi River. Like that's kind of like, and they have like these cliffs, so you have like these spectacular views across the river. I think Memphis is a cool city. So if it doesn't get the shine, but I don't know. I liked it
On
there.
the up and up.
Yeah.
No, I do like Memphis too. I don't know, Knoxville maybe, but that's such a college town.
Yeah, but Austin used to be. Well, I guess they had the capital there too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it used to just be. We got the State House and we got the University of Texas
At the Longhorns.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
would you? Sorry, you go.
Well, I remember. I don't know if it's still the case, but they built the Texas State House. Did you see it when you were down there?
No.
So they built it. I don't have the numbers exactly right, but they built it like intentionally 3 feet taller than the Capitol in DC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything bigger in Texas.
Where would you want to move now if you were moving to Florida? And I say now because, Fort Myers is like the retirement community. Miami is way too much for a bunch of 30-somethings. Where could you even go? Like Sarasota?
I don't think I would fit in down there.
Same.
Where is Sarasota? I always get very confused with the Florida geography.
Yeah, it is kind of a tough deal. Like, I don't know like if I was like, oh, you got to move to Florida. Miami's too.
Are you really young or really old?
Yeah, and then like West Palm's too rich for me.
Yeah.
Naples too rich.
Naples too, like Orlando's too kiddish.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Tampa.
Yeah, around maybe like Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater.
Yeah, but I've never really been. We're going for one of these Pirate Water videos in like the next month, so
I've heard great things about St. Augustine, which is south of Jacksonville. Chaps would be a good person to ask this because he's from Jacksonville. He and I went to Gainesville, flew into Jacksonville for one of those high noon events, and I don't think Jacksonville really impressed me. I don't think I'd want to live there. Chaps are saying they have crazy like crime and drug problems there too.
Really?
Yeah, which I didn't know. So I don't know. I don't think I would last. I don't think I would do well in Florida.
Because you're a Menver guy.
I do. Get that fucking sneeze out.
I can't, dude. I'm like puckering. Like I'm eating lemons right now. It won't come out. And I'm just also like perpetually sick now.
From traveling?
Yeah, it's just not. I'm gonna be. I avoided it all fall and winter somehow, and now I've just resigned to the fact that I'm just gonna be perpetually sick.
That spring flu.
Yeah. I can't get it out. What were you gonna say? Oh, the Florida question.
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I mean, I would never move there. I'll start with that. I think.
Where would you move?
Nowhere. I like it here. I mean, it all depends. If I got asked to work for like move or if I got asked to move for work, then I would. But other than that,
like Will Compton says, "Hey, Danny, the Bussum crew needs you to be our."
I'd move to Nashville.
Yeah,
I think that'd be safe.
I think I could live there.
If there'd have to be like a light at the end of the tunnel, I wouldn't want to reside there forever.
Yeah, same. Like I've told that story where I was before Dave offered I was going to move to Oregon for a job, but that like I kind of gave myself like a 2-year runway. I was going to get out of there.
Where, Portland?
It was the company, the headquarters was in Medford, and I'm like, I can't live there. And they're like, we figured you'd say that, so we're going to buy an apartment that you can live in Tuesday to Friday, and then you can leave after work Friday, drive home, live in Portland.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough question being from here because I feel like major city, obviously, and like you're from New York, you kind of want to get away from the chaos, but it's not that chaotic here, and it's pretty sweet. So it's like I don't know what else could really beat it.
Yeah,
unbiased opinion.
And I like the West, like I like Colorado. I don't think I'd want to live in Denver. I don't think Denver is like that great.
It's past
its prime. I'd probably rather if I was going to move out there, I'd probably want to live in Boulder.
Yeah, I feel like the Colorado phase is over.
Do you?
People aren't moving there as much. I feel like before it was just so intense. Like I knew
that was like
Well, I think weed was a big deal.
The green, what do they call it? The green green rush or something like that. Yeah.
I think that was a big deal. Now it's like everywhere. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about moving to Colorado now? You know, all these years later when weed is legal here.
Yeah, it's different. I'd probably go Vegas or Arizona.
Really? Vegas? You would do that?
I just try it out.
Move to Disney World?
Well, I like obviously like I hear if you live in Vegas, you don't go to the Strip unless if you work there.
Yeah.
But there are a ton of other like old school like country casinos. You know, I don't know. I like that shit. I'm a big fan of how
your main source of fun is going to be gambling.
Yeah, I like that.
No matter where.
My buddy works for the Knights. He's an assistant coach, and he's been out there for 3 years now. He really likes it, and he's from here originally. So I was surprised that he was going out there to begin with and has stayed and really enjoys it. So
it's also kind of like a Chicago rite of passage. Like that's not mine. Like obviously this is mine because I grew up here. But like, you know, like we have like a handshake agreement where it's like, if you want to go somewhere, that's fine. You know what I mean? Where it's like people are like, I bet people get mad at the LA people moving to like Texas, like Chicago people moving to Arizona or Las Vegas. It's kind of like, all right, hey, welcome.
Fort Myers.
Yeah, welcome. You guys are here. This is
we've been waiting.
Yeah, this is your land as well.
I could see you being a Scottsdale guy though.
Really?
Yeah. Just chilling, you know, traffic's not crazy. Everybody's got a pool, you know, like I could see you being like a warm weather Arizona guy more so than I could see you being a Vegas. I think you'd have a shelf life in Vegas.
I think they're both so similar though.
But I think like the casino scene.
Yeah, the
I think
activity.
it would
The activities
I
are
think
very
it would
different.
Wear you out. You think you're sick now?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Possible.
Puffing on a cigar every day over there.
Yeah.
What about you, Lance?
I actually told this to Chief and Dave when we were in Arizona. It's really weird. I think I could live anywhere. Everywhere we've been, I'm always like, this is awesome. Like, went to Columbia, Missouri, and I was like, this place is amazing. And it's like objectively not. I think if I had to choose, though, I could be a Scottsdale guy, no lie. I think I would choose Santa Monica, California, or there's a place in Miami. It's like a little neighborhood called Brickell. I'd compare it to like Wicker Park. And that's actually pretty sweet. It's like a tropical Wicker Park, so it's pretty dope. I'd probably say there.
Yeah, I bet you there's like good places to live everywhere that were just not readily known to us. I almost moved to Charlotte. That's when my company was going to move there, and Dave threw me a going away party, a surprise going away party where he charged $20 cover, and I never ended up going. But I was going down there all the time. Charlotte was fine. Like, I was not like super excited to be moving there, but I could have lived there and enjoyed my life.
Yeah, I will say if I'm moving, it's somewhere where it's warm year round.
Yeah, like that's why. Like, really?
Yeah.
I'm over the seasons. Just give me the warm.
But like this winter was so mild. Like, I don't know how you complain about this winter.
Climate change.
Yeah, but it's false hope. Like, it's gonna be bad next time. Time to wake up.
Yep.
Meeting.
It's gonna be bad next time.
Yeah, we haven't really since 2019 though. We haven't had like a
super bad winter.
Yeah. So
I'm sick. I'm even sick of the 30s. Like, I don't even want that anymore.
You always get sick of the 30s around this time though.
Yeah, but still, even in December, like, sure, it's not bad, but it'd be a lot cooler if it was 60 right now.
Dude, I even thought Avon, Connecticut was like awesome. I thought it was great.
I mean, it was nice, objectively nice, but awesome.
It was fine.
Okay, fair.
Lance is like, oh, I can have 2 kids here. Just like that's what I feel like Avon, Connecticut is. If you are living in Avon and you don't have like a family of 4, then I don't know what you're doing there.
It felt like super old. It was, you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
felt like old school. It felt like I was in like Springfield, on like a field trip.
My mom would
cool.
call that quaint. It's quaint. It's very New England.
Yeah, like it was definitely very pretty.
Yeah.
Like, what was that lighthouse over there? Like that we saw. I don't know if it was a lighthouse, but it was like a tower, and like you showed.
Oh, on top of that mountain.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it was like the Stoli or the Smirnoff family like bought it and built like this ridiculous estate on top of it.
Yeah, like it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
There's
It's good place.
There's
This is
cool
America.
places like pretty much everywhere.
That was like the other thing about that London experience is that they played Wolves, who are not far, like maybe 40 miles, like close, and they have like all these chirps because they're from like Birmingham, where like Peaky Blinders is, and they have like, you would have thought that it was like they were chirping a different country. Like, oh, those people from like, and they're like you guys are literally within an hour of each other. It'd be like us chirping like my parents living out in St. Charles. Like, it's like,
but that happens.
A totally different, like they were acting as if like they did this thing. Still don't really know what it means, but anytime, because they all sit together, they're away fans. They had a block of like 5,000 tickets. So they're all like singing in unison at each other, like chirps back and forth. They do this, yam, 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 yam. Yam, 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 like anytime. And it was just like, oh, it's because they speak all fucking weird down there. It's like, wait, what? Like, you guys sound exactly fucking alike.
You don't think that's here at all?
Not to this degree, no.
Oh, I don't know the degree.
Yeah, but like, like we might look down at like, say, have like a comment about Brandon Walker or something like that. But this is like, he's from the South. It'd be like, have you ever seen a map of America laid out over Europe?
No.
Where it's like, it'd be like Seattle to like, Seattle would be like fucking in Norway, and Miami would be in like Turkey, like it's, and you think about like, it's just wildly, like look at that, like exactly. So it's like, America is so fucking big, and it's like all these places, like I went to the world's oldest continuous pub too when I was in Nottingham. It's been active as a pub since 1169. 1169 people getting fucked up, and they built it out of these caves that are underneath the Nottingham Castle. And these two guys from Germany were sitting there. They just like, it was crowded, it was like picnic tables, so they came and sat at our table. And it's like, Germany's like right fucking there. Can you imagine just like having a wildly different culture, language, everything, and it's an hour and a half flight away?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, Europe's wild now.
Yeah.
I wish we had castles.
Be nice. Damn, Chicago would be Ukraine, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's funny. Gray's Lake and Chicago are 40 miles apart.
You're right. So it'd be like, yeah, lands like you could sometimes like city versus suburbs has like a little.
That's what I'm saying.
stigma.
I haven't.
This would be like, these are both, Nottingham and Birmingham are like cities, but they're not like, London is the only like, they don't have another London. Like London is New York, and then they have like a bunch of smaller type places. So this would be like, to me, it'd be like me, Naperville, St. Charles, western suburbs, shitting on Lance for being from the northern suburbs. When in reality, you're kind of the same fucking thing.
But the fact that they have different dialects is like enough arsenal shit on them, I feel like.
That's true too.
They're different enough.
One of the guys lives here in Chicago. He's from Nottingham. And we were just talking about that, and he's like, yeah, and he works for the fire now. He goes, if my sister lived 30 minutes away, I'd see her at like Christmas and Easter. Like they just don't travel around the country. Like just won't do it unless they're going to see like their soccer team. They don't like leave their town.
Yeah, the only time I ever heard about that was I had Marco, Parlay Marco, gambling guy.
Mm-hmm.
I had him on, and he was like I think he's a Hinsdale or Oakbrook guy, I forget which one.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, oh, it's way better than North Shore. Like, like he was like shitting on like Lake Forest and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, which
so
is
that's
like,
probably like a money thing though.
First time I've heard that like little rivalry, He's like,
yeah.
Because what is that, Northwest suburbs then? Like Hinsdale?
Yeah.
But like there, South Side, Northwest, there's a little bit of, but not nearly.
But you're still like all Chicago.
Yes.
Where like these people would be like, I don't know. It's like London is its own universe, and then they're all just like in their little pockets. It was kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Like ours is more like lighthearted jabs. Like
where this is like fuck those Brummy, they had like great chirps, and it gets like violent. Like they have to have like police like lining the stands in the aisles to make sure there's no like crossover, and then their exit is they have their buses for the fans. And their exit is completely fenced off. And they just like, and they're like chirping through the fence, but it's like, it has to be that way. Otherwise it'll be like full scale, like fights.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would you say the big South Side versus Northwest side kind of chirps?
The big chirps?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to get into it. People refer to the South Side as maybe a little trashier.
Yeah.
I've said before, like North Side guys, They might still like fight in a bar, but like a Southside guy is looking for like a fight with a dad or something.
Like a fight might happen where they're like, let's go get in a fight.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, like a Northside guy's not going to back down to a fight, but a Southside guy is more looking for a fight.
Yeah.
As legend would have it. But no, like I said, the fact that all that, like that they have different dialect, different teams, and that they don't travel at all, I think that's enough to eventually form a true rivalry over the years, as opposed to like North Side versus South Side. Are they not traveling because it's like looked at as going on enemy territory, or they just don't travel?
They just don't. They're just like, I live here.
Yeah, you guys travel with us.
You're right, and it's like where we want to be like, oh, like let me go see Nashville, let me go see these different places across America. They'd be like, fuck them. Why would we do that?
Yeah.
So like, they don't go on vacation for. Around it. They never go on vacation in England. Yeah. Like they will, because like a whole other country is like a 90-minute flight or less.
All right, then. We can wrap this up. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. I believe Chief, myself, and Uncle Chaps will be talking space.
Yeah.
Yeah, tune in for that. That'll be interesting. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.